Throw a stone if you haven't committed sin. Then one by one they disappeared into the wind. Priests and Pharisees, hollow and empty again, blinded by education and self-appointing men. Shepherds rooted in blasphemy, yet I am no better. God isn't here to weigh our sin on a scale of 1 to 10. He came down to make us alive again. But it trips me out when you say I'm a hypocrite because I am Christian. You point your finger at all the people in your past while your nose is growing as time begins to pass. I mean, sure, Pinocchio, I believe you. You left my mom because you were dying inside. You would rather go drink that bottle of Henny while you try to hide. You say she kept you from living a good life, yet she was a loyal and prospering wife. She had your finances in order and she loved Jesus Christ, but you didn't want her because you said she needed to go out and buy double D's and have that body you wanted from TV. To you, she was boring because alcohol wasn't her cup of tea. All it did was devour her dad and drown him in a sea. You chose the big life and shining lights instead of me. You tell me that I'm the one pulling the trigger because I am just your paycheck. Child support is just another pester's fee, yet you were the one who chose to sleep in that bed back in '98. So don't get mad because you're the one who chose your own fate. I have tried to show you my pain, what has scarred me as a result of your game, but instead I get a guilt trip and constant blame. You say you've missed a kid, not me, yet you won't even take the time to see who I've become to be. So here's the thing. I was 8 years old when my life was changed. I got soaked in a storm of reality rain. You cheated in the game we like to call marriage, yet my mom was the only one who could clean up all the damage. It has always been me who has to choose a side or terrain. I am the border in my parents' 2 countries, but God said that is not all that he meant to show me. For the woman who committed adultery was forgiven in John chapter 8, verse 2 through 11, and because of that, there is the slight chance I will see you in heaven, even through everything you've put me through. My love for you has never been extinguished. It is a still burning fire that cannot be relinquished. I do not regret not one day of the divorce, but I have to admit it sucked, of course, yet God remains magnificent, ever pleasing and immutable. Yet I ask why bad things happen in the world, and you answer, that's why I made you. I don't let people fall because it pleases me. I allow freedom to allow you to see that I became a sinner because you are a sinner. That is what I can see, yet you can repent and it will set you free. I am called to be an eruption or explosion, not just an empty vision. I am not God's second thought, instead his mission. I the flower and you the planter, each petal a different from the next. It is the symmetry and endless perfection, yet the wind will still blow it in a different direction. This flower may be stepped on or pulled out and trampled, but to you it is still beautiful beyond human example.